When multiplying and dividing rationals, your first step is to find your non-permissible values. So for this one, we know that a cannot equal 0. From here, when you multiply fractions, you multiply your numerators and you multiply your denominators. So we have 3 times 2 is 6, ab squared, and on the bottom we should have 5 times 9, that's a 9, not an a. 5 times 9, which is 45, a squared. Now we are going to simplify, so we're going to divide by 3a, because that's our greatest common factor. And if you can't find your greatest common factor, a quick way to do this would be to type 6 ABC 45 into your calculator, and it should come up as 2R15. So we have 2, our a's cancel, so we have b squared over 15a when a does not equal 0. So that's the final answer, and it cannot get any simpler. For the next one, first step is to find our non-permissible values. So we know that x cannot equal 0 because of this x and this x. And also x plus 2 cannot equal 0, so x cannot equal -2. So we have our non-permissible values. Now we're going to multiply across. And before we do that, if you have any terms on the top and on the bottom, they will cancel each other out. So this x plus 2 and this x plus 2 are both going to cancel. So now we can multiply across. So we have 10x squared x minus 4 over 8 times 3 is 24 x squared. Now we're going to simplify. So we're going to divide by 2x squared because that's our GCF, our greatest common factor. So on the top we should be left with 5x minus 4, and on the bottom these will cancel. We should be left with 12 when x does not equal 0 or -2. When dividing, it's important to remember that when you have fractions, to divide fractions, you're going to multiply by the reciprocal. So reciprocal is the inverse, so you flip the numerator and the denominator. So when you divide, flip, then times. Also make a note that no variable in the divisor can make the expression 0. So your divisor is your second term. So even if you have terms on the top that make it 0, those are going to be non-permissible values also. So first we're going to flip. So we're going to find the reciprocal. So 7n3 over 4. Leave your first term as it is. Then we're going to find the reciprocal of the second term, so we flip the positions. And remember, when you have an exponent, it distributes in, so we have 49n squared. So this is now our multiplication. We can just multiply as we would before, so we have -84n cubed divided by 196n squared. If you type in 84 ABC 196, or do it in your head by finding the greatest common factor, you should get 28, and it should come up as 3R7. So we're going to divide by 28n squared. That's our greatest common factor. So we're left with a final answer of -3n over 7. When, now we have to find our non-permissible values from here, so n cannot equal 0, n does not equal 0. For the next one, let's find our non-permissible values first. So nothing in the denominator can be 0, so x cannot equal 0, and x plus 5 cannot equal 0, so x cannot equal -5. Now because this divisor has a variable in the numerator as well, it can't make 0 also. So nothing in the divisor can equal 0. So these are our three non-permissible values. Now we are going to flip. So we have 5x minus 3 over 2x times 3x, x plus 5 over 10x minus 3. Now we check for things we can cancel. We can take out an x minus 3, and we can take out an x. So on the top, we should have 15x plus 5 all over 20. Our common factor is 5. So we have 3x plus 5 over 4 when x does not equal 0, -5, or 3. When you have terms that are not factored, you have to factor them first. So first, let's factor our top. So we have x squared plus 9x plus 20. We need two terms that add up to 9 and multiply to get 20. These are 5 and 4. So on the top, we have x plus 5, x plus 4. On the bottom, we have 2x squared plus 6x minus 8. Take out a common factor first. So we have 2x squared plus 3x minus 4. We need two terms that add up to 3 and multiply to get -4. These numbers are 4 and -1. So we have 2x plus 4, x minus 1. So that's on our bottom. And on this side, this is a difference of squares. So we have x plus 1, x minus 1, and on the bottom, we can take out a common factor. So we have 3x plus 5. Now that everything is factored, we're going to find our non-permissible values. So this cannot make 0, this cannot make 0, this cannot make 0, and neither of these can make 0. So we have x plus 4 cannot equal 0, so x cannot equal -4. X minus 1 cannot equal 0, so x cannot equal 1. X plus 1 cannot equal 0, so x cannot equal -1. And x plus 5 cannot equal 0, so x cannot equal -5. Now, because we're multiplying, we can cancel the tops and the bottoms, so this will cancel, and this will cancel, and this will cancel. So we should be left with x plus 1 on the top over 2 times 3, which is 6, when x does not equal -4, 1, 1, or -5. Sorry, -1, +1. Just kidding. For this one, we are going to factor. So on the left, our first rational expression, x minus 2 stays the same, and we're going to divide by a common factor on the bottom, so we have 3x minus 7. On the right side, we have 3x squared minus 12. Take out a common factor, and now you have a difference of squares. So 3x minus 2, x plus 2. On the top. On the bottom, we have 3x squared minus 12x minus 63. Take out a common term, and we get x squared minus 4x minus 21. So now we need two numbers that add up to -4 and multiply to get -21, and they are -7 and +3. So on the bottom, we have 3, x minus 7, x plus 3. Now we're going to find our non-permissible values. So nothing on the bottom can be a permissible value, and also everything in the divisor. So we have x minus 7 cannot equal 0, so x cannot equal 7. X plus 3 cannot equal 0, so x cannot equal negative 3. X minus 2 cannot equal 0, so x cannot equal positive 2. And x plus 2 cannot equal 0, so x cannot equal negative 2. So here are all our non-permissible values. Now we are going to flip and multiply. So we have x minus 2, 3x minus 7. Leave your first expression, flip the second. That is called your reciprocal. Now we can cancel out terms, so we have an x minus 7 there, we have a 3 there, and an x minus 2. So on the top, we should be left with x plus 3, and on the bottom, we have 3x plus 2. When x does not equal 7, 3, negative 3, 2, and negative 2.